What's up YouTube, it's Louis here and I hope you're all well. Today unfortunately I've just woken up, you see, so I've got the craziest bedhead, so I don't really want to show that on camera. I'm gonna shower straight after this video. I appreciate that you're patient enough to wait until now for the video. Now if you've gone to my Twitter already today, if we go to my profile, I've already made a post saying I've seen this all before. We must hold this green support or we will roll on to 15k. So this is the green support, and when I said I've seen this all before, I'm thinking that this green support over here, you see this area over here, we had this spike and we bounced back into this support and we found some sort of double bottom. I know you didn't come down into this to find the first bottom, but actually a double bottom or a W pattern, forget the word W, yeah? All it is a double bottom. That means coming into support twice and holding it. So you actually came into support here once, you went up, formed some sort of neckline here, came in a second time. So you were actually coming up, and I told you guys, if we're closing above 21.7k with the daily candle close, then we get this impulse to the next resistance, this 1.272 in and around 22.5k to 23k. Can you see that psychological level there with this wick? So this is why we're saying that on the channel, but we never got that. And I was telling you guys that from down here, I did have a sell trade because I thought this impulse was a bit too fast. You weren't retesting this as support. So I believed, yeah, from around here, we're going to dump. Unfortunately, I was wrong that we were going to dump from here. We continued up. It almost hit my stop loss. It did not. It went back into profit down here. Then unfortunately went back into minus. And right there with that wick, it hit my stop loss. Then we started coming back down and it would now be in positive. So of course with this market manipulation, we're going to get stop hunted for liquidity to then grab it and then go the way that you wanted. So for me personally, I'm just staying back and yeah, just staying back because again, there's just a lot of market manipulation in the market at the moment since we've been in this downtrend or bear market since November. Every single bullish pattern we've been seeing, like the W pattern back in January, February, March, it broke out to the upside. We topped out 48k at 48k. I warned you, okay? We've gone up for 16 days now, too fast. So I think we need to come down. So that was here, 48k. I said we need to come down, and I think that we're actually going to come down to this support because if this is the resistance and we're failing to hold it as support here, if we lose this week, I remember telling you exactly, if we break this high, we're going up to around 51k. But if we lose this low, we're actually going to come all the way down to this support. Why do I say so? Because when we started down here, when we first had this spike or this spring action, you found resistance and you formed a double top here. Then you found support over here. You created this base that was higher than this spike. You can see even with this spike, you came up and you found support on this base, but then you hit a resistance, came back to that base, hit resistance again, came back to that base. So I know that actually we're trapped between this line and this. So once we lost this support, which should have been support because previously it was resistance, we should have continued to use that as support and broken this high to go to 52k. But unfortunately, we closed below this support, which means it's no longer a floor. It's no longer the bottom of the market. We will now go to the next bottom, the next floor, which is over here. So because there were so many touches in this area, guys, I believe that this is a stronger support than the one below because there's a quick spike. We got out and we found support here and we created a base. We came here, bounced away, came again, bounced away, came again. So on multiple different occasions did we come back down. So I warned you guys that if we were to ever lose this low, you'd actually be making a lower low lower than this one, with the next target at 25k, which was hit exactly with this wick. So I gave you all of that. And once we had this impulse, I then told you 19k. Then I also had this technical target, which I found for you, which was 17.7k. So we've literally predicted absolutely everything on the chart so far for Bitcoin. So, so what we're seeing right now, the only difference between this and this, of course, this is happening on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and this was happening on the daily time frame. And the only difference is here, you created this higher high before it became a fake out and you come back down. So that would be this fake out. It just didn't go too extremely high, but we're coming back down to that extremely key support because you found support here on multiple separate occasions. You went up, came down, went up, came down. I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. If you're a new face, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know that you subscribed and that you found value in today's video, especially if you're a returning viewer that hasn't subscribed yet. Over 50% of you are actually not subscribed. So let's get to 3K. We need to have goals. Let's get there as soon as possible. I wish we did it by the end of this month, but unfortunately we did not manage to hit the goal. Let's try and truly get it to 3K by the end of July. I hope that we can do so. So make sure that you're following me on my Twitter, because I did actually post something else. But before we go into that, which is over here, yeah, I just want to say that again, this is the strongest support. So now that we've actually lost it, it would make sense to say, of course, we're going to try and test these lows. What's holding us up at the moment is still this green box. So we're very lucky that, yeah, this green box is still holding. But of course, with this red candle now, you can see we lost that support. So now we retested the neckline of this W pattern, which I was telling you with that bearish trade that unfortunately got stopped out. That's just how trading is, especially in a bear market. They're going to stop hunt you, unfortunately. But yeah, now that we lost this, if we can actually flip it into resistance, we will continue down. And I remember giving you fib targets over the last few days, and I'll give them to you again. You can see we're actually at the 618, at this neckline of this double bottom. We really need to actually reclaim this support. Otherwise, we're just going to flip it into resistance, and we continue lower back to the 1 fib level, 17.6K. And then if we're losing that, we're creating this reversal wave just like this, and we'd be coming to the 1618 at 15.5K, as I predicted over a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now. And that was without this Fibonacci, I think. But not only that, guys, we do have overextended targets. That means if we hit the 1618 and you fail to reclaim 17.5K to go up, all you'll do is something like this, flip into resistance and drop down one more time. After hitting this target down here, you would have a bounce, and that bounce needs to reclaim this blue. Otherwise, there's risk for a further downward push again, guys. It's so annoying, but this is what happens in a down trend, because the trend is your friend until the end. We just need to start making higher highs and higher lows. So again, we might be safe still. We might bounce off this W neckline and break above this support again, confirm it as support, break this high, head higher, start forming higher highs and higher lows. But again, we can't get excited anytime soon, because these things take time, guys. But I hope today was very informative. Again, like, subscribe and comment, especially if you're new, if you're a returning viewer and subscriber that has been here for almost a year. Let me know in the comments down below. But finally, I want to bring your attention to this. So yesterday, I was saying these are your key supports and resistances, the 1414 and the 1.272 going forward for the next month. And that's if we close inside. So if we're closing, so right now we're in and around here. If we start to pump back up before the end of today and we close above the 1414, then that means for the next month, we're trapped in between the 1414 and the 1.272 if we close inside. Remember, right now, you're literally at the bottom. So we would really like us to come back inside and reclaim in and around 19.75K. But if you fail to do so and you're closing below the 1414, then yes, we're just going straight to this 1618. That's what happens when you lose a Fibonacci level. You head to the next one. This just was such a deep impulse after meeting the 1414. It realized that before it even met the 1618, reclaimed that, and that's why it confirmed the 1414 as support. So that's why I'm telling you guys, now that we lost the 1414, it makes sense for us to believe that we're going to lose this low and head to the 1618. The only thing holding us up at the moment is this 1 hour double bottoms neckline over here. If I just draw a line for you, as you can see right there. So thank you guys for watching. Again, please like, subscribe and comment. I do have education available. The prices are cheaper due to us being in a bear market. And just something that I realize is that the older generation, maybe because they've seen stock market crashes, they've seen them bounce back over years, they've experienced it for themselves, they believe that crypto will also bounce back. But it's the younger generation that don't want to actually invest in themselves. They don't want to learn during these times when, of course, the older generation, the smart people, realize this is the best time to learn when prices are down. But my generation, for some reason, they only want to learn or invest while we're, toppy, basically right at the top. That's when I had a lot of influx of people wanting to learn. And I kept on saying to them, this is not the right time. the time was a year ago when I was telling you all to actually get in, when I was telling you all to start. So now I'm telling you all now that this is the best time to start. And yes, I've already been seeing the older generation taking action on the course and on the mentorship, because they realize, okay, we are in a bear market. Going forward, these are the times where you're going to make your money, not when we're bullish, not when we're at 69k with a bear market hanging over our heads. However, now that we're in a bear market, now that we've been in it for 7, 8 months, 9 months, however long we've been in, I think it's 8 months now since November. So it's not going to last forever. Yes, we can have one more push down, maybe 50% dip. We've already discussed this green box down below, how it could get very ugly. But we're not anticipating that at the moment. Everything is step by step. You need to hit fib levels, then you're going to bounce. What will happen with that bounce? Will that bounce invalidate further downside? Will it not invalidate further downside, meaning we will go down further? Everything is step by step, and I will be here along the way. So if you're interested in the education and you want to learn it for yourself, so you don't need to rely on me, it's all there. The second link in my bio, in my description down below. Head over to my Twitter and private message me there so we can get you started as soon as possible. Before we do start actually heading up, we take the most out of this opportunity that the market is giving us. So yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.